Carl Bank. Carl is a privately held, well, it's a private bank. It's listed on the stock exchange. It's got about 24,000 shareholders. In terms of size, it's probably the 8th out of 28 banks. In terms of profitability, it's the 5th out of 28 banks. We are basically known to punch above our weight. We're a leading bank for syndications, and we have significant medium-term loan exposure, which is what our strategy is. Half year, June 2014 results, basically return on assets of average 6%, return on equity of about 40%, cost-to-income ratio below 35%, and a PE ratio of less than 4. So basically, it's a highly profitable bank. Now, in terms of what has made us this successful, we basically follow what we call the 5 Ps. We have 5 Ps, which are presence, products, processes, people, and profits. We are unashamedly opportunistic, and we are profitability driven. So basically what we've done is that we've made sure that we know our markets and we stick to what we do best. In times when we've tried to raise capital, we've had potential investors come and tell us, but why aren't you doing retail banking? Or why isn't your retail banking book that big? That is not our forte. We'll leave that to Ghana Commercial Bank. GCB. Sorry, we leave that to GCB Bank. We'll focus on corporate banking, and we'll grow our retail book slowly, measuredly, because that retail space in Ghana is dangerous, or can be dangerous. So we know our market, and we stick to what we know, and we stick to what we do best. Then we also embrace very strong risk management, which is basically our processes. So credit risk, market risk, operational risk, we take very seriously, and we make sure that before we came here, we're having this discussion between the CEO of Ghana International Bank and Albert ACN, and we're very, very prudent when it comes, and aggressive when it comes to provisioning. We're consultative in vision and strategy, basically people. So we involve the team. Every 3 years, we take all members of management. We wake up early in the morning and we take a 5 kilometer hike up a hill, and we go sit in some place, we have breakfast, and then we talk about the bank for about 4 hours. We agree what we are going to do for the next 3 years, and we come, and basically it's a goal for all of us to achieve. So the strategic process is very consultative. It involves a whole team, and it's generally a teamwork. We have 600 odd workers in that bank, 20 branches, but 5th in profitability. Profit per, I think only EcoBank makes more profit per capita than Carl Bank in that market. And I'll grant it to EcoBank, the highly profitable bank. We also seek out the right team players. You know, I probably am the 3rd oldest person in the bank. And I don't count myself as being old. I like to think that I'm 38, but really I'm over 50.
Aren't you?
But the average head of department in that bank is about 40 years old. And we are also very representative of gender. We have more women working in the bank than men. And I find out that women work better for me than men. You know, men compete with me. I guess women just love me. So I came with 2 women colleagues, 2 female colleagues. So our board members, our managers, our staff, very engaged, very carefully selected, and very, very hardworking. And I have a saying that they do the work and I take the credit. Because indeed, that's what happens. My staff do the work. I really don't do much. And then there's always constant communication. Trust me, we communicate, particularly with our shareholders, external stakeholders and internal stakeholders as well. So at any point in time, everybody knows what is going on. What investment opportunities exist in CAL? Well, we're a listed company. We've programmed to raise more equity in 2015. And I've been talking about that in the one-on-one meetings. We'll probably raise between 30 to 70 million US dollars next year, depending on how things shape out. So for those of you who are interested in investing in Africa, I think the best place to look to is Ghana. My president was here talking to you about the country, and you can see he's a very switched-on president. So if you're looking to invest, that opportunity exists in CAL Bank. That number I talk about could easily increase because we could also target, there are 28 banks for 25 million people. And I think that there's opportunity for some form of consolidation so that we can approach the size of GCB Bank and EcoBank and bring our skill sets to make more money than them as we approach their size. So we probably would be in the market for, and this is the first time I'm saying this publicly, for a measure or an acquisition, and so that investment opportunity also exists. Now, how can investors participate specifically in CAL Bank's growth? One of two ways. You would either invest in the bank and grow with us, or co-invest with us in other areas in the economy, which I think the president talked about, because there's a lot of things to be done, and we can lead the way for those of you who want to invest directly or co-invest with us. Power plants, construction, upstream oil and gas, etc. So basically, that's CAL Bank for you. And so the secret of our success really is based on the 5 Ps, particularly the people, because they do the work and I get to take the credit. Thank you very much.
Doing business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.